Another winter storm is moving towards Long Island. A mix of snow and rain could create hazardous conditions for your morning commute tomorrow. Good morning, I'm Jasmine Anderson. We'll have more on the bad weather coming our way in a moment, but first, just one more day until voters decide who will succeed George Santos in the 3rd Congressional District. Sherry Einhorn looks at the candidates and why this hotly contested race is so important.
I think that the Republicans have a better position on that.
I'm a Democrat and I want to vote Democrat.
The race for Long Island's Congressional District number 3 could come down to the wire in this special election. It's the seat now vacant after embattled former Congressman George Santos was expelled from office.
Good.
Early voting was underway last week, and both candidates, Republican-backed Mazi Pilip and Democrat Tom Suozzi, took advantage of that opportunity. They also spent their last day imploring voters to come out.
A vote for Tom Suozzi means somebody you can have trust in, somebody that you know will get things done, and someone who will work across party lines to make people's lives better.
Voting for Mazi means voting to secure the border, voting to create more safe environment, voting to lower taxes.
Early voters are telling us they have very specific issues in mind while casting their ballots.
I worked very hard back in the 60s to get the abortion bill passed. There is no way in hell. So Suozzi is it.
I voted for Mazi. We got to stop the immigration nonsense. We got the taxes, so many things.
The candidates squared off in their only debate last week, which got heated at times while trading jabs over key policy issues like SALT deductions for taxpayers.
You promised, you never deliver. When I promise, I deliver.
How are you going to do it?
I will deliver.
Tell me how you do it. How?
And about women's reproductive rights.
There are laws in place that
Yes.
Congress members are responsible
Yes,
for.
yes.
Will you codify
I said
Roe
I
versus
am
Wade?
not
Will
going
you
to support
Excuse me.
national
That's not what I'm
abortion
asking you.
ban.
Excuse me.
That's
She's
all.
not letting me
That's
speak.
not-
Newsday columnist Joy Brown says since the candidates are so close in the polls, what will decide this race could come down to turnout and independent votes.
At this particular point, even if the candidates don't do anything to pull further apart, the parties, the organization can do what they feel they need to do to get that vote out.
For Newsday TV, I'm Sherry Einhorn.
To get everything you need to know about the race for the 3rd District, just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box on our homepage. Only a Newsday. Over the past decade, student enrollment has declined in 3 out of 4 Long Island school districts, in some cases by as much as 25%. Overall, the student population dropped by more than 7% island-wide. The change reflects a statewide trend, which includes factors like people having fewer children, an aging population, and areas becoming less affordable to live in. A food pantry in Huntington is on the move. The Community Food Council Incorporated will soon move to the Huntington LIRR station from its current location in Manorfield Park. It's all a part of a move to secure grant money for the park. But now some worry about the accessibility of the new site, which required crossing railroad tracks. The pantry served 9,300 households last year. A date has yet to be set for the move. Only a Newsday as the number of undocumented immigrants grows. Long Island nonprofit agencies face mounting pressure to meet their needs. Food pantries like Long Island Cares says demand jumped by 1/3 last year. Much of the need is being generated by newly arrived Latin American migrants. Residents in East Farmingdale are protesting plans for a new warehouse. The proposal would replace a bowling alley and soccer facility on Conklin Street. The building would have 21 loading bays for trucks. Residents say they're worried about the potential traffic.
This warehouse is going to bring 30 to 40 tractor trailers in the morning commute and the evening commute. Conklin Street cannot handle that kind of traffic already. It's already backed up already when you come down that street. It's air pollution. It's not feasible for our town to have this warehouse.
The company argues the warehouse will boost the local economy. Town officials say they'll consider public feedback before making a decision. The Kansas City Chiefs are champions once again.
First and goal. Mahomes flings it. It's there! Hardman! Jackpot! Kansas City!
The team took home its second consecutive Super Bowl title last night in a nail-biting game that went into overtime. Kansas City had to stage a comeback to beat the 49ers 25-22. They're the first team to score back-to-back Super Bowl wins since the Patriots did it in 2003 and 2004. And Mahomes is saying he's going for a three-peat, so we'll see what happens next year. Checking out your hyper-local forecast, mostly cloudy today, highs around the mid-40s. Here's a look at your day planner. Tonight, we could drop down to the 30s. Tomorrow's the big day. Heavy snow and wind with highs in the 30s. Of course, we are going to keep you updated on the forecast there. A look at your 7-day forecast coming up.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Home Tax Saver, PTRC Incorporated.
Celebrating Salt Life, a new exhibit is showcasing the work of two renowned artists from Long Island. It's a story you'll see only in Newsday.
So both Arthur Dove and Helen Tour are some of the most famous American modernists that there are. And what's really exciting is some of their most important work they created right here in Huntington. And that's the showcase of this show. So when people come to see this exhibition, Salt Life, what you're going to see is beautiful paintings and watercolors and works on paper that showcase our natural environment. Helen and Arthur were really inspired by what they saw here on Long Island, by the Long Island Sound, by their natural environment. So the paintings and watercolors and sketches are of just that. They're of things like oyster steaks in the water. They're of leaves and fauna, of ducks, and they're really just painting what's around them because that's what inspired them. With modernism, you start to really have that feel, so what we're seeing in the paintings of Arthur Dove and Helen Tour, and people might be familiar with others like Georgia O'Keeffe, who was a peer of theirs as well, is you start to see these bigger feelings of color and that emotion starting to really come onto the canvas. So you can really see how the wind is flowing through those flags and the clouds and the water and the waves. And Arthur Dove and Helen Tour lived right here in Centerport. They lived in this cottage that you can come visit. The most important art they created here in that cottage. They created living in a boat here in Huntington Harbor. So they are American treasures, and they are so important to the world of art, and they're important to us here on Long Island because they are us. They lived right here. They created their art here.
Read more about the exhibit on Newsday.com. Just click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. A star Suffolk wrestler is also a star on the stage. Kirsten Calvin has a story you'll see only in Newsday.
I love musicals, I love wrestling, and I do both.
To be on the stage or on the mat, Pat Med Senior Siraj Hamza Ibn does both, and he's a star.
I love performing, acting and singing. It's just awesome. Being on stage with all the lights and being with all your friends, it's just cool. It's just nothing like it, honestly.
That's why I love each other.
But it isn't easy.
He would wrestle a match. He'd go right across the hall to the auditorium, and he'd be in his singlet singing.
Wrestling and the musical does hurt my ability to memorize everything, but I'm getting it.
Ibn started wrestling just a year ago and helped his team clinch a league title this season. And while it's only his first year in the school play, he's playing a major role on stage too.
You're right there on the front. So what do you play? What is your role in the play?
Mr. Hawkins, I'm the principal. He's a lead, so he's very, very important. People are going to love it. Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
When he gave his audition, I mean, it was incredible. You know, he's a phenomenal singer, he's a great dancer, he's a great actor, and then of course I found out after the fact that not only is he an athlete, but he's a star athlete.
Just the fact that, you know, he wanted to make it work for everyone because he didn't want to let anyone down, you know, speaks volumes about him.
At Patchogue Medford High School, Carissa Kelman, Newsday TV.
Wow, bravo. Read more about this story on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box.
Get in the game with Newsday. The best team of sports reporters and columnists bring you in-depth analysis, behind-the-scenes stories, and news from inside the locker room. Get in the game when you subscribe to Newsday, your destination for total sports coverage at newsday.com/sports.
I'm Jasmine Anderson. Happy Monday. Thanks for watching. We'll leave you with a look at your hyperlocal 7-day forecast.